USN number or student USN number, name. So all those things we have to store it in a file. A particular file having different extension like the text file, exe object. So different types of files is there. So where we are going to store some kind of information. So how can we do that one? So as we know that in your program, you have seen that you are writing that IO stream. So IOS is that base class. From this particular class, we are getting two stream class. One is that iStream. Another one is that OStream. So this is that IOStream class. So this IOStream is an stream buffer class. So IOS it's an stream buffer class. So this is the base class. From this one we will get that iStream and OStream, and both the things will be there into that stream buffer class. So you can access those things by using that stream buffer class. And this part, so whatever this part will be there, so this whole the part will be there in IO stream. You are writing that IO stream. So while writing, you are starting your program, you have seen that all of you are going to write that IO stream. So IO stream, it's an I stream and O stream. So this input stream and output stream. So I stream and O stream directly it's derived from this. It is I stream derived from this IOS that base class and O stream. Now apart from this I stream and O stream, for file operations we have that two classes. So one class will be if stream. So one class is that if stream. This is for that file operation. One class is that if stream. Another class will be known as that off stream. So as you can see that if stream it's going to be used for reading, and off stream it's going to be used for writing. So both if stream and off stream directly also we can get these things from fstream. Will be that stream buffer class. We can get this fstream. So fstream, if stream, off stream. So all those things, once again we have that another if stream base classes. So that one is known as that fstream base. So this one is known as that fstream base, and basically all those things will be there in fstream. So what just I want to tell you that IO, this is not IS, so this is IO stream. So this is IO stream. So IO stream having that O stream and I stream. Just what I just want to conclude that IO stream, that main base class is that IOS is that base class. From this particular base class, we are getting two derived class. One is that I stream and O stream. I stream having another class, that one is known as that if stream, and O stream having that off stream. And if F stream, it's going to be derived from this stream buffer class. So right now in F stream, we have these three different class. One is that if stream, off stream, and F stream. And in case of that IO stream, we have these two different classes. You have seen that I stream and O stream. So in C in and C out. So those things you are writing. So you have seen that this two part. So now for file handling or doing any kind of operation by using that file. So we need this fstream class. So doing any kind of file operations, we need this particular fstream class. So this is the fstream. So for this only, at the beginning of your program, along with this hash include, we are writing that IO stream. So till now we have seen that we are writing IO stream, and if we'll do any kind of file operation or file manipulation at that time, we'll write down this one also. That one is that hash include f stream. So we'll write down these terms also. That one is that hash include hash include f stream. So now basically that we know that all the data and everything, it's going to be stored into secondary storage device. So first of all, what you have to do, that if you will basically go to that computer system, so you will see that the data file will be there. So those things is going to be stored into that secondary storage device. Now you are writing your program. So there will be your programs will be, for example, this is your program. So in this particular program, whatever that informations will be there. So what we have to do, first of all, you are going to read the information. First, read the information by using your program, and after that reading you are going to write those information into, so this is that secondary storage device, or we can say that disk, where you are going to write all those information. So by using your program you are reading, and after that you are going to write that information. So for reading, now if you have to read it into, for example, this is your computer screen. So in this screen, if you have to read any kind of information, for example, right now, see out that put the data. So right now for this, what you are doing that in your program, you are writing, for example, see out statement, you are going to display something. See out statement, you are going to display something. For example, a particular sentence only, if you are going to display, for example, name. So it's going to print that name here. Is that clear? So this is that how you are going to read. And you have this keyboard. For example, right now you have the keyboard. So this, by using this keyboard, it's going to be used to get the input. So to get any kind of input, you are going to use this particular, sorry. So basically to get any kind of input in your program, what you are doing that you are using that cin. So cin, whatever that input, for example, right now, if I'll write down that a particular name I have to write. So let me write this one as like this. For example, variable I defined as string name. So that name I should get it by using this keyboard. So what I will do that I'll scan it, those inputs. So cin name. So whatever that name it had been scanned. After that I want to get the output. So output has been, so in this name equal to, so by keyboard, by using this keyboard, you will write down some letter. For example, A, B, C is that name. So this name you are going to write. So now to display that name, what you are doing that, so this name has been scanned by using your program that cin stream, so ABC, and to display, what you will do that, you will write down that name, because this ABC has been held in which variable, in name variable. So if you will write down that name, so at that time in the screen it's going to display, at that time at that screen it's going to display that ABC, that name it's going to display. So this is that how program console interaction, that program and console interaction. So this is that program and console interaction. So this part will be that program and console interaction. So this part is for the program and console interaction. And you are reading some file from this disk and writing some this name. So writing this ABC into this file, and reading that, writing means you are going to store that information in secondary storage device like disk, magnetic tape, or whatever that device it will be there. So there you are going to write it. So you are writing in that particular name. So this part will be known as that your file, program file interaction. So this one will be that program file interaction. So this one will be your program and file interaction. So now, till now, what we have done, that we have seen that this part, how you are getting that any kind of variable by using that cin, how you are going to output those things by using that cout. And now this part will be for program file interaction. So for this program file interaction only, we need that fstream is the name of that class. Fstream is the name of that class. For this one, we are using that IO stream. For this, we are using that IO stream. So IO stream having that I stream and O stream. I is for input, O is for output stream. F stream having two things. One is if stream. One will be, one is that if stream. Another one will be off stream. So if stream it's for reading. So for if stream it's going to be used for, this one is going to be used for reading, and off stream it's going to be used for writing. So these are the two class we are going to use if we have to write something into file. And that base class will be that F stream is that base class. So F stream having two things. One is that if stream and another one is the off stream. And this is for the program console interaction. This is for the program file interaction. So we'll write some kind of information, and after that we'll read some kind of information. So till now you studied that whatever that class. So right now what I told that here we are going to create that F stream. So this one is that F stream class. F stream class having that two things. One is the if stream. One is that if stream and another one is off stream. So this particular if stream is going to be used for reading, and this one is going to be used for writing. So this is that if stream and off stream. You have to write down that hash include F stream at the beginning if you are going for any kind of file operation. So if stream it's for reading, off stream it's for writing, WRITING. So F string it's for writing, we are using off string. So now what you have to do that you have to create some kind of object. So as you know that any kind of methods or function or member variables will be there in a class, those things it can be accessed only by object. And in abstract class, you know that also we can any kind of pointer. So just pointer, you have defined that pointer p. That pointer by we can refer. If you have to refer any object memory location, if you have to refer any object memory location, at that time you are using that pointer p. You have seen that in this pointer how automatically it's working. So by using the this pointer, you are referring that current object address. Automatically, you implicitly you are doing. We are not doing it explicitly. Implicitly, you are doing that. It's referring to that particular object. So you have seen that in case of that this pointer, in each program you are not creating any pointer. You are creating only some object. By using that object you are accessing whatever that member function and member variables will be there. But automatically it will create, implicitly it will create that this pointer. So this pointer is nothing but it's an pointing to that current object, or pointing to current object means where that object has been created, in which memory location it has been created, or address of that current object it's going to refer by using this pointer. We have seen that one program also by using that this pointer. So same that p. So now if you have to access anything, what you have to do, you have to create one object. So right now I will say that if string, I want to read something from a file. I have to create that object of this particular class if string, and that object name I will give that OB1. So this is that object by which I can and open a particular file, so and read some information. Now for example, I want to write something into file. For that also I need to create one object of that class. If stream is a class, of stream it's a class. So I will create that object, for example object 2. So by using that object 2 I can write something into a file. So before reading or writing anything into a file, first of all what you have to do, you have to open a file. So if you are not going to open a file, you can't write anything. So there should be some kind of name, or so you should give some name that where you want to write some information, or if some information is there, you have to open that particular existing file, whatever file is there in your secondary storage device or in disk. So we need to open that particular file. Until or unless you are going to open that file, it's not possible to read something or write something. So you need this thing that open. So once you open that file, after doing all those operations, what you have to do, you have to close that particular file. So after finishing your operation, you have to close that particular file. So we need that two things. One is that open function, another one is that close function. So to write something in a file, what we'll do that we'll open a file, and once we'll done with all the operation, we'll close that particular file. So we'll write one very simple program, that file handling, that how we can write something, because we don't know that what are the files is there. First, what we'll do that we'll write something in a file, and after that we'll read that information, whatever that information we wrote on that file. So for this reason, what you have to told that first of all you have to write down that hash include. So you'll write down that hash include, and as usual you will write down IO stream. After that you will write down as usual using namespace standard. So once you wrote this thing, after that I will not create right now any class. Simple main function will write int main. So this is one simple main function where I will do that necessary operation to write something in a file. So first let me, what we told that in previous slides, you have seen that program console interaction is there one. Another one is that the program, if you'll go to that previous one, you see that program console interaction, and another one is that program file interaction. So to write something, I should type something through that keyboard. Then only we'll get that input, and then only I can write those information. For example, a very simple program, I want to write a student name. So to write that student name, what I have to do, I told that previously also we can support that string in C++. For example, string, it's a variable, string type variable. We are defining that name of that variable is that name. I want to write a student name, and I define that one is a string type. Character also you can define. Here for simplicity purpose, I'm not defining any array, all those things. So string, only define that string name. So once you define this particular string name, next step will be what? I need to provide the input. So I need to give the some that name, what name you want to enter. For example, I can write down that cout, enter the student name. So enter that student name. So how you are going to enter? So you have given that command that enter that student name. So I should enter that student name. How you will do it? You will do it by as usual that program console interaction. So this is that my program what I wrote with my system, whatever that console is there or display is there on this, it will come that enter your name. So I should enter that name by using that keyboard. So this is that scanning. So I am going to scan that information by using that cin. So in this particular cin, I will write down that name. Fine. So this is once that name will be writing, so it will take that particular name. Now what I should do, I should write that name in a file. So before writing, what I have to do, I have to create the object for writing. And as I told at the beginning itself, for reading, I need to create that object. For writing, I need to create the object. So for writing, what I should do that I should create the object for that particular class. So now upstream, it's responsible for writing. So upstream and name of that object I can define, for example, OB1. Name of this object I have defined as OB1. Now I defined this OB1 for writing. Upstream it's for writing. So remember that upstream, this is for writing. So upstream OB1, I wrote it like this. But will it work? It's not going to work because I didn't define that what is the base class. That so I should include here hash include upstream. So I should include this hash include upstream. So then only it's not going to throw any error, because upstream it's there. I told that if stream and upstream, anything you are doing, so that one will be there in upstream. So we are defining that OB1. Now I should open a file. To open a file, name of that function is open. In this one, in open, there will be different parameters will be there. So this is that open function. So in this open function, first thing will be your file name. First thing will be file name. What is that file name? That where I am going to write that name, a student name, where I am going to write, give me that file name. So that is that file name. Next part will be in which mode you are going to open. So shall I write down in which mode the file is going to open. So this one will be that second argument in this open function. So there are three arguments will be there in this open function. So first one is that file name. What will be that file name? Second one will be that in which mode that file is going to open, whether it's going to open for reading, whether it's going to open for writing, whether the information other things I will explain later. So for time being, just file name. What is that file name? Next, in which mode you are going to open that file, and after that you will write down that protection mode. So after that we have that protection mode. So this protection mode only if you are doing in, so this is that end. So three things will be there. So protection mode in Unix, you know that for reading, writing, so it's an, you need that permission. If it is not there, so at that time this particular protection mode, it's not required. In Windows if you do, so for opening, creating or writing any files, you can do it. So no need that protection mode. Otherwise you have to give that protection mode like that CH mode in Unix you studied. Read, write, and execution access. That CH mode 777, CH mode 6786668. So different mode is the reading, only reading permission, reading, writing permission, reading, writing, and execution permission. So this thing will be provided by this protection mode. But right now here it's not required. So we'll ignore this particular protection mode. So by default it will be for reading, writing, and execution. Now offstream object 1 I am going to create. So now I have to open that file. How to open that file? Name of the object. So name of the object is for writing. So name of the object dot open. Name of that function is open. So I am opening one file. Name of that file. So I will give that name of that file in double quote. For example, name of that file is one.txt, or you can define that extension, or no need to define that extension. What kind of file you want to create, you can write down that file name. So for here, let us consider that I am going to open a text file. Name of the text file will be one.txt, where I am going to write. For writing, so we told that in which mode it's going to open. So it's for writing. So here I can define IOS, the scope resolution operator, and out. So out it's for writing. So these two things we can define file name, and in which mode I am going to open, it's for writing. So that's why it will be out. If it is for reading, so at that time you can define it as in. IOS scope resolution operator in, I can define it is for reading. For writing, we can define it as IOS scope resolution operator out. So these are the things we are going to define. So once you have opened this file, so in this particular file, next what you are going to do, you are going to write. So how you will write it? For writing, the operator will be used. So this operator is going to be used for writing. So if you have to write anything, you should use this operator. And for reading, we are going to use this operator. It's going to be used. For writing operator is this thing. So now I opened that file. So that file has been opened with which one? With this ob1.open. So now what I want to write, so once that particular file is going to be open, so ob1 and I am going to write that particular variable. So that variable name, where I kept that name by keyboard, whatever that name A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, I kept all those things in this variable. Variable name is name. So I will write down that particular name here. So once you will do this much, so OB1, it's going to write that particular name into that file. So this is that OB1 that it's going to write that particular name into that file. So this is that simple program. So this program, it's going to write a name into that file. So now OB1 and this operator is for writing, and what you are going to write, that particular name you are going to write in where, in this 1.txt. So what it will do next, it's going to create that file 1.txt. So name of that file will be 1.txt in your secondary storage device, and it's going to write, for example, XYZ. You have written that name, it's going to write that XYZ on that 1.txt file. Is that clear? So we'll see that same program how we can execute. So same program how we can execute. So and theoretically, just remember there are class responsible for reading and writing. So that one is that upstream. Upstream having the two class. One is that if stream. Another one is that offstream. Offstream it's for writing. Upstream it's for reading. If you have to write anything, you have to open a file. So you are going to open that file by using that open function. Open function having 3 parameter we'll consider in our program to only. Protection mode we are not going to use. So by default we'll take it as in reading, writing and execution. In 2 argument list, first one will be name of the file and second one will be in which mode I am going to open that file, whether it's for reading or writing. If it is writing, then IOS scope resolution operator out. If it is for reading, at that time I can write down that in. So these are the 2 parameters you can define. So let me show you that how you can execute the same. So let me share this screen. So in this one, you can see that code block. So what I told that first of all, I will write down one very simple program. So in this one, we'll write down that hash include. So in this one, you can see that hash include. I'm going to write down that first IO stream. And after that, using namespace std. After that, I just not creating any class or anything here right now. I will write main function. In that main function, what we'll do that first I will define one string. So string in this one, what I'm going to do that in this string, I'm writing that name of that string is one name variable I'm defining. And after that, I will write that cout, enter the name. So cout, enter the name. We'll write handle. So cout, enter the name. So whatever that name will be there, so we are going to enter that name. And how we are going to scan. So this is that program console interaction. So cin, this is, you can see that just now I told it's for iStream. So this is then iStream, you are given cin, and in this one what we'll do that we'll scan that particular name. So once we have scanned this particular name, so after that what we'll do, now you write, you can execute this program. So here you can see that if you'll do this much hash include IO stream. So if you'll do this much, you can see What? So if you'll do this much, you can see that this screen is coming. So this is only console interaction, the program console interaction name. I will write down ABC. So I wrote that particular name ABC. Now nothing is going to print. Now if I want to display whatever name I wrote, so I can use that cout. Here I can write down that name is, entered name is, so that name we kept in that name variable, and after that handle you can define. So now if you'll execute this one, so you can see that program. So whatever that name I am going to write down, for example, ABC I wrote. So it's going to whatever that name is there. So that one I am going to output by using that same thing I am writing. So it's outputting. It's going to give that output into that name variable. So right now that name is there where name, whatever name ABC is there. So this thing has been held in this variable name. So I'm just printing that name. So to print that name, I have to write down this name without double quote. Is that clear? So without double quote, I should write. So this is that variable name where I am going to put those values by keyboard in this name variable and just printing that one. Now what I told that if I have to write, so at that time I should use writing class. For writing class, which we are using, that one is that upstream. We are using that upstream. Of this upstream, you have to create one object. So we'll create that, for example, we are creating object 1. So we'll create that upstream. So right now, if you'll run, you will see that it's going to throw you the error. So error, that upstream object has incomplete type and cannot be defined. So for that reasons, what you have to do, that you have to include that hash include. We can write down fstream. So this is that fstream header. So you can see that header file h comes. So this is fstream header, how your iostream.h or fstream.h. So fstream we are going to write. So now if you will compile, so at that time you will not see any kind of error. So upstream is there in fstream. Now object 1 I wrote. Now I am going to open a file. How to open that file? Name of the object dot open. So you can see that open function will write. Now in this open function, what I told that I will give the two names. For example, first one will be name of the file. For example, one dot I will write, for example, a dot txt. That name of that file a dot txt, comma, in which mode I am going to open iOS out. So this one is that mode, in which mode I am going to open that file. So when I have to open this a.txt file, if I'll run, it's going to create this particular file. Once this file has been created, then what we'll do, we are going to write on that file. We told that for writing which operator it's going to be used. For writing, this operator is going to use. Now a.txt we opened by which object? We open this particular file by using that object 1. So for that reasons we should write down that object 1 of stream class. Now what we want to write, that name, that whatever name has been entered, A B C D X Y Z, whatever the name has been entered, it has to write. So for that reasons, where I am going to hold all those content from that keyboard in that name variable. So for that reasons, we'll write down this name. So this much if we'll do, so at that time what we'll show that it's going to write that content into that file. So it's going to write that content into that file. So if you'll do this much, so at that time you can see that Right now I am going to enter, for example, Rohit. And if you'll enter, so name entered is Rohit. So you can't see that because it has been created. That file has been created for what? For this 3 line, that file has been created. For this 3 line file has been created. You can go back to your program, and after that you can check in. So this is your program folder, SVIT C++. So this, in this folder we are writing those program. In this one I have created one file by the name of A. So you can see that by the name of that A, this file has been created. So if you'll double click, if you'll open, you can see that it has written. So this file content has been written. So right now you can see that we didn't wrote anything in this one. So it has written that Rohit. So Rohit has been written in this file. So this is that how you are going to write into a file. This is that how we are going to write into a file. So you can see that right now, for example, here again if I'll execute this program. So right now here if I'll again execute this program, for example, another name Ravi. So if I'll write it like this, so Ravi, so it has been written into that file. So now you can go back to that same folder and you can see. Now if you'll open this, so you can see that Ravi has been written in this file. It's going to erase. That means it's writing all the information from the beginning. So all information it's going to write from beginning. But you don't want that it should write from that beginning. I should write it after, it should append at the last. For example, it should be like this, Rohit, and after that I should write that Ravi. So it should come like this, but it's not happening. Why it's not happening? That once you are going to open that file, it's going to pointing that pointer. So this is that pointer. So that file pointer is going to be pointing to at the beginning. So it's writing from beginning. So that's why it's erasing whatever that content will be there on that file, and it's going to write that content. So how we can solve it in this program? So there are different types of file mode is there. So we can append. So we can write down iOS scope resolution operator append. So if you'll write this append, so now I will delete all the, so in this one what content is there will delete, and in this one also I will delete, don't save. So first what we'll do that I will not write this append. So without this append, right now if I'll execute this program, so at that time you can see that I'll wrote that Ravi, so it's going to write that Ravi into this file. So it's going to write that Ravi into this file. So Ravi has been written. So now again, if I have to execute this program, for example, I'll write another file. So that is, for example, Rohit. So if you'll write it like this, so at that time you'll see that the content of that file, this is that A. So in this file, you can see that Rohit, it has been added, but I don't want to write it like this. I want to write Ravi next after Rohit. I don't want to delete. So for that reason, so what we told that we can use this append. So if you'll write down in append mode, so you can see that what is that meaning of that append. So now if I'll write down here Ravi, so at that time you can see that it's going to write, it's going to write after Rohit, that Ravi, it's going to be append. So append means at the end only this thing is going to be right. Now you can see that you can't read all those information. So this is an stream of file. In stream of file, what happen, whatever that information is there. So if you'll write ABCD, which is name, there is no space. So all such kind of things is not there. So for that reasons only we need some kind of delimiter, like we need some space, or we can write down this one next line. So like this you can write down. So here in this program, just I will show you afterwards. We'll see that how you can put space and all those things. So I will write it in Rohit. So next line only, I'm going to write next one. So for that reasons, what you have to do in your program, just you have to give this particular handle. If you'll define this handle, it's going to write next one. It's going to write it into your folder. So I will delete this file. Delete. Yes. So now if you'll execute, this program, so here you can see that first we will write down Ravi. So this is that first time I wrote. Next, if I will write down Rohit, so at that time, this Rohit. So now if you'll open that file, so this file A has been created automatically. You can say that it's writing first Ravi, next it's going to write that Rohit. So this is that how we are going to write it into a file. So this is that how we are going to write it into file. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is that how we are going to write it into file. Now reading. So now coming to that reading, for reading an existing file should be there. So existing file is there. For example, let me take this one as an existing file. In this one, I have only one name. I am not writing multiple. Later we'll see that multiple how to do. So let us see that first how to read. So for reading, what I told that for this is for writing. So that writing operator it's using for this one. This operator it's using, and this file is associated with which one? The subject one. And what we told that once you have done that or everything, after that you have to close that file. So you can close that file obj1.closc. If you're not closing, so at sometimes you will get that segmentation fault because some other program also it's accessing that same file. So at that time it will be an error. So for that reasons you have to close that file once you are going to open that file. Now how to read it? So for reading, what I told that I can use instead of that off stream, if stream it's going to be used. Now this part is not required because information already will be there. Information already will be there where that information already will be there into that file. So just I'll comment this part. So information will be there already into that file. So for reading, I'm reading that name into this name variable. Now object one dot open. Which file I am opening? That a.txt. In which mode I am going to open that file? I am going to open that file in for reading. So object one dot open name of that file ios in. For reading, I am going to open that file. So now what we have to do that, how can I read it? So I can read that particular name by using which operator? So this one is for writing, and if I have to use for reading, so what we told that object one. So how we'll read this operator will be for reading. What I have to read? Something I am going to read from which file a.txt, and I am keeping into this name. After reading that one, I am keeping into this name. So now if we'll run, so it's going because I have commented this if stream only. So if stream object one. So now you can see that if you'll execute this program, you can't see anything. You have read that information into this name, but you didn't display those things. Whatever you read from that file, that name of that file is a.txt. You read by using this line, but you are not displaying that what you have read by using this line. So how you will display see out the content of that name. So the content of this name, how I can display the reading content. So for understanding purpose, reading. So content of that read we can define is that name handle. So now you can see that whatever it's going to be read into this file. So now here you can see that Ravi. So if you'll open that file, so on that file you will see that I have written Ravi. So that's why Ravi is there. So if I'll write down that hello, so it's going to read that same thing. So this particular same name it's going to be read by using. So now if you'll close and if you'll run, so at that time you'll see that hello it's going to be read from that file. So this is that how we are going to read. For reading, we are using which operator? That reading, that operator will be this operator we are going to use for reading, and writing we are using that one. So and how we are reading, how we are opening that file by using that object one. So object one is associated with which open, this open. So this in this one what open we are executing that a.txt. So it's going to read from this a.txt file. Now in which mode it's going to read? It's going to read in iOS in. So in input mode, it's going to read that particular information. So that one is that how we are going to read any information from the file. So is it clear that reading and writing? Is that clear what do you mean by reading and writing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is that simple file operation for reading and writing, that how you can read and write from a file and how you can write into a file by using this read write operation. So now now you can do that same thing by using this class concept also. As you studied that class, for example, so this is here another thing I didn't mention, that if stream it's for reading. So explicitly if you will not write this mode also, that in which mode you are opening that file for reading. If stream already it's for what? This is for reading and writing. So I no need to define explicitly it is for which one, for reading or writing. Then also it's going to execute. So then also it's going to execute, it's going to read. Now instead of if stream, I can define that one as f stream also. Now here you can see that f stream also by default it's giving hello, but when you are writing that f stream it's responsible for both reading and writing. So at that time you have to define explicitly what is that mode of this particular operator. It's for reading, so I will write down in. So instead of if stream or upstream, you can write down upstream also. If you are writing upstream, it will be responsible for both reading and writing, and we should explicitly mention in or out. If you will not mention, it will sometimes it may give you error when you will write down thousands lines of code. So at that time it will not understand it will be for reading or writing. At that time you will get that segmentation fault. So for that reasons you have to define explicitly which mode you want to do for upstream, whether it's for reading or writing. So instead of if stream, directly we can write down upstream only. So upstream will be for both reading and writing, and after that you have to define this is for what purpose, for reading or writing. So this is that one simple program that how you are going to define file. So we'll quickly, it's 250. So quickly we'll do another program where we can write a record. So how we can do that one, for example, we can define one class, or we'll define some function by which you can enter a number of student record. So there are many more things is that, so I think we can't finish up all those things. So we'll try to finish up one simple program. For example, we want to write a number of student details. So what we can do that, first we can create some For writing, we can create one function. For example, what you can go ahead. We can define student underscore write. So in this program only we'll see that how each and everything is. So student write, we are defining one function in which we will define, for example, we'll want to insert. Still now we have seen that with that string. Now let me write with that character how we can write. String name of string is, for example, 20 characters going to be defined. Next is I'm going to insert some student int marks, will insert to display that student marks, whatever that marks will be there. Now first what I have to do, that I have to write. For writing, which one we have to use offstream. I will not write fstream, I will explicitly only mention offstream. It's for writing so that you can understand. For offstream, I'm going to create one object. That name of that object, let me give as f1. So once we are going to open that file, so first what we'll do, that f1 dot open. So name of that file, I will define it as student dot txt. So that name of that file I have defined as student dot txt. Now in this one, what we'll do, we'll define one for loop to insert a number of student name. For example, I equal to 0 semicolon I less than number of student, will print it some number of student. Let me write, we'll keep it in some value count and I plus plus. So now in this one, what we'll do, that so here what we'll do, that first we'll enter that student name. So I'll just in simple way will write so that it will take less time. See out, first is name, and name where you are keeping that name, you are going to how we'll do that. This one will do that C in, and name you are going to keep where a character you define, so that name is going to write here. So once you wrote this particular name, next one is that we'll write down, we'll copy this thing. So next part will write whatever the student marks will be there. So I'll write only marks. So in this one, C in, for example, marks I have entered is given as marks. So this one is that marks is going to enter. So once we'll do this thing, after that what I have to write it. So how I can write it? Anyone? I have to use what? Object F1 and which operator? This less than 2 times this operator, and what I have to write? First one is name and handle. So if you will give that handle, it will write into that next line. After that, another one, F1, I have to write what? I have to write marks. So I can write this marks like this, and I will define handle. So it will write into that next line. So this for loop over. So first student, second student, depending on that number of student, it will write. So how many numbers of student you want to write, you can write it. And after that, I'm going to close that file, f1.close. So once that closing done, so next what you have to do that, so this one is to write n number of student name into a file. So now there what you have to do, that I want to read whatever name has been write into that file, to read also those name from that file. So for that reasons, what we can do, that void student underscore read, one function I can define. So in this function, what we'll do, that same thing what we'll do. So first of all, where we want to keep that read. So we are reading in some name. The name will read into that name. For example, 20. Next, marks will read into marks int. Marks we are going to read into this marks, and after that what we'll do that we are going to open that file for reading. So that is that if stream it's for opening, and I am going to use that, for example, f1. So in this f1 what I am going to do, I will read until how much time, until I will go to the end of that file, because there may be one. So if you'll open this particular file, if you'll open that particular file hello, and after that any kind of information, so like this it will be there. So we'll continue end of file. So we'll read all those information until or unless it will go to that end of file. So what we can do, that we can define one. So for these reasons, what we can do that, so you can see that we are reading, so we are reading the two things, name and mark. So first I'm defining one, that if stream file f1, by which I'm going to read it, and I can read all those things, that while can use then one while loop. So in this one, what I can mention, so first I will read that first name. So first name, how we are going to read f1, and which operator will be for reading, this operator will be for reading, and after that again f1 for marks we are going to read this thing up to how much I will go, until or unless if end of file, which file end of f1, we open that file with that f1 dot eof is then function to reach to the end of file. So remember, this is that another function, end of file eof. By this we can check if it will be end of file, so at that time will not do anything, will break. So this while loop will not continue, so it will not do anything, and after that it's going to read that information. Just a second. So what we told that, so end of file it will read, because this while loop it will be it has to be false. So whenever it will be reached to that end of file, it's not going to execute, and we are going to print that first one. We are going to print, for example, we told that last also that how we are going to read. After reading we should print it. So how we are going to print cout, and we'll write down that name, whatever that name will be there. So this name is going to be read here, and name we kept it in name, so we'll display this one name and handle. So same way we are going to display that same marks also. So that marks we are going to display like this, for example marks. So in this one we are going to display whatever that marks will be there, so that marks it's going to display. So after that we are going to close. So if it will reach, so because we should give that false condition, otherwise while one means it will continue. So when it will be it will reach to that end of that file, it will not display anything, otherwise it's going to display. And after that we'll write down that we'll close that file. So f1 dot close. So this file is going to be closed. Now we'll create that one main function where we'll write down void main. So in this main function, what we'll do, so first we'll define that how many student has to be entered. So int count, as we defined. So cout number of student you want to enter, or how many student. So once you will do this one, next is we will read that count value so that it will get that count. So which we used for writing. So we'll get that count, and after that cout, enter student details are so entered student details are whatever that student will be there, what we are going to write it student. And after that we'll write and that whatever we wrote, so those things we are going to function name student underscore write. So this one will be student details from details from file are so student underscore read. So this is that program. So what we did that we created two functions. One is that student underscore write and student underscore read. So this is that main function. First what it will go execute, how many students you want to enter. So a number of students will enter, and after that it's going to write. So how we are going to write, we have seen that in this one we are sending this for loop and number of students we can write. Just few seconds back we have seen that we can write it, do it for only one student. So now in this one what we are doing that we are writing that n number of student details. So let's see that once you'll execute, student was not a student was not declared within the scope. I should put double quote, I didn't put double quote, so for that. For int count was not declared. Okay. So here count, I'll send this count here. So once you are sending this count here, so I should pass this value here also int count. This is what student underscore, here it is student. So now it's fine. So you can see that right now how many students entered. For example, 3 students. For example, first student I will write down. Next one is marks, for example 70. Next one is Ravi. Marks is for example 80. Next one is Rajesh. So for example next mark is 88. So once you are entering, so at that time student details from file are it's created or not, it's not printing. So let us see, student file it has created. So you can see that all those information it's written that Rohit 70, Ravi 80, Rajesh 88, but it's not reading from that file. So why not reading? So F1 marks. cout name mark student underscore read. Is it executing or not? Let's see. So one student I will insert by default. Yes, it's coming to this line. So now is it going to this line or not? Let's see. Let me debug it why it's not coming. So 1, 1, 1. Yes, it's coming to this one also. So F1 name and F1 marks. So here if I will write cout name, so at that time it should display 1, 1, but it's not displaying 1. Right, so it's coming. We'll define it, for example, I'll define it F2. Let's see, is it for F2 or not?
Sir, opening the file there.
Huh?
File open code, sir.
Okay. File open I didn't give. Yes, correct. So I didn't open that file only. So for that reason it's coming. So F2 dot open. Thank you. So F2 dot open. So in this one I can open that file. So existing file, which one is that file? That student dot txt. Implicitly I no need to mention. If I have to mention then also fine, but no need to mention it. So now here it's opening that file. So you will see that previously as we didn't open, so it's not getting that from where it has to read. You can define if you want iOS in, but it's not required because implicitly it will be in input mode. So once you are going to run it, I think there I just now changed F1 to F2. That's it. So just now here you have seen that. So now how many student, example 2, for example, ABC first, next is for example 70, next is for example PQR, next is for example 67, next. So now you can see that name, that first one is that ABC, as I wrote that cout, that's why it's coming. So first name is ABC, next marks is 70, next is that name will be PQR mark 667. So all those name and all those things it's going to execute. So here as I wrote it like this, so that's why it was coming like this. So here you can see that how we are going to write n number of names. So if you'll open this particular file, so you can see that two names already it has been written, that ABC 70 and PQR 60. So this is that one simple program how we can write n number of student name in a file. I think I will do this much only, and the rest of the other things it will be more time consuming, and now it's already 3:10. So if you'll get some more time some other day or sometimes later, we'll see some of that other thing, that how we can do some other operations in file. So this is the simplest way how you can write any kind of information into a file and how you can read any information from a file. So is that clear? So this is that simple, that because during interview time they may ask that how to write by using that file. So I didn't go through that SIGG and SIGP and all those, time is not there. So we'll see those things later if we'll get time. So I hope so that for today's session we can end it here. So rest of the other things we'll see some other time. So is that fine? So I think that most of the topics has been covered and some of the topics didn't go into the depth because it is 5 days program. So in this 5 days program, just we can give that glimpse of the uh, topics, which one is important and which one you have to go for your interview purpose, as well as you will study Java. Most of the topics you will study in Java, and also you are doing some kind of that ADA lab also you are doing in Java. So there also you will get some kind of practical knowledge that how to execute Java program. So these are that some of the few of the important topics, and whatever we discussed like that, what do you mean by that object oriented concept, difference between object oriented concept, C, writing program by the concept of polymorphism, pointer or reference variable, or by using inheritance, different types of inheritance, single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance. So these are that concept you are going to study on. All those things we are not going to study in depth as per that requirement, whatever is there in that book. So those things for exam purpose you will study. So I will share the materials, whatever that materials is there, I will share along with you on that Google Classroom for this C++. So you can go through those things in future, and for any kind of interview or any other things you can look into all those things. So with this one I'm going to end this workshop, 5 days workshop. So just I want some kind of feedback that in other what way we can conduct, or what are the shortfalls and other things we can improve in future, so that it will be good for all of you. Although we know that it's very tough time, how many of you are listening, or how many of you are uh, just going with this workshop. Some people online as it is, for after listening half an hour, 1 hour also, it's very difficult for some student, or somebody will not get interest. So there are a number of difficulties is there. We can't see you also that what you are doing really you are understanding or not, or what type of effort we need to put from ourselves to make you understand. That one also we can't see, because if you are more interactive, if you'll ask with some more programs, so at that time it is much more easier. So last class, another last point I will go, that this pointer, last class somebody told about that this pointer. I got that another simple way to explain this pointer. Will show you just now. So this one is that another program for that this pointer. For example, right now here you can see that how this pointer it's working. So I am going to define this one is that A. This one is for example A. So in this one I am defining one constructor. I will not define this pointer explicitly. Okay, so I will not define this pointer explicitly. So not defining this pointer explicitly, I feel if I'll create that object, or I can, for better understanding, what I can do, I can write it as an int get data int A. So I will write down A1 dot get data. In this one I will pass the value as 10. Okay, fine. Yeah. So right now you see that this is A1 none. So right now you can see all the values is 0. Okay, that the value of that A is 0, because it's not going to understand whether what is this particular A, whether it is this A or this one A. So if I'll write explicitly this and will pointer to A, so at that time it will understand that this A is nothing but we are defining this particular A. So if you'll execute right now, you can see that it's going to print that the value 10. So this one is that use. So what does it mean? That by using that this pointer, that current object is which one? A1. So that A1 current object address. So current object address, it's initiating. Okay, so we are writing. Now if we'll write down something else, A1. So at that time, if we'll define this one as A1, and I will not write A1, for example, if we'll define it as A1, and this one is also A1. So at that time, you'll see that it's not going to throw any kind of error because it can differentiate the 10, 10, 10. But implicitly also if you'll write, because it will take implicitly, it can understand, it can differentiate. So this, and if you'll write down this one, so now also it will give that same output. Because right now that variable here, whatever is used, and this variable, it is different. If it is same, so at that time explicitly we should mention this particular pointer. So this pointer is nothing but every object, once it's creating, it's pointing to that this pointer. That means where that address is going to be stored. So implicitly it's going to access it. So for each and every program, you'll see that we are not writing explicitly this. Whenever these two variables will be same, so at that time to make it understand, we're going to write this pointer.